Brian Robinson be traded? It sounds that way. It sounds like he's going to be on the move. We're going to discuss that. And if he's traded, it's going to open up a new sleeper running back that you have to draft in the double-digit rounds. I've been saying it on the live show, and I'm going to make a separate video for it. I just have to stress how important this is for your fantasy football draft that I'm sure is coming up. A lot of people are not going to know about this guy. Make sure you get him on your team. Could discuss all of it. Before I do, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. We have sleepers, busts, rankings, cheat sheets, strategy guides, everything you need for your fantasy football draft. We have picks against the spread. We are I believe 5-2-1 in the preseason. I have NFL mock drafts of 2026 and 2027 coming up. We grade every signing, we grade every trade, and it's all free at walterfootball.com. So in the news today, Brian Robinson Jr. May be traded by it says Commanders. We call them the Redskins here. Let's pull up the story from USA Today. Look who it is. It's our old friend Jacob Kamiker. How cool is that? Actually, I saw that beforehand. I just wanted it to be a surprise. Jacob, of course, if you guys don't know, he used to be a long time co-host of the WalterFootball.com After Dark show for like 5 years or so. I miss having Jacob on the show. You can't come on the show anymore because he works for USA Today. But pretty cool to see his article highlighted like this. He discusses where Brian Robinson Jr. could be traded. It could be the Niners, Cowboys, as he's pointing out here, Texans. You can read Jacob's article if you Google it, but I won't steal all of his thunder. Jacob, of course, great writer, great friend of the show. I don't know how much they're going to get for Brian Robinson Jr. I think a 6th-round pick at best. I can see a 7th that could turn into a 6th based on incentives, but this is a guy who just hasn't panned out in the NFL. He came in with some promise, and he just hasn't lived up to it. He had like a few good moments here and there, but for the most part, he's been a disappointment. And frankly, this is not a surprise. I mentioned this on August 14th on our stock report page. I also mentioned it on our live streams, which we do weeknights around 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We're doing live fantasy football mock drafts. It's first come, first serve. So you can pop in with me, my co-host, and 10 other people. I mentioned this a few times. Ben Standig, who works for The Athletic, I actually had to ask around if he's a good reporter because some athletic reporters are pretty flimsy. But it sounds like Ben Standig, from all accounts, is a pretty respectable reporter. And something he said on August 13th actually really caught my eye. He mentioned that he predicted that Brian Robinson Jr. would not be on the final 53-man roster for the Redskins, and so as it happens now, there's reports that he's being traded. So it's finally catching on. I feel like people might be alerted to this sleeper running back. So just wanted to get this video out there. That sleeper running back, of course, is Jacory Croskey-Merritt, who's a rookie for Washington right now. Now, a lot of you may not know him because you haven't seen him play in college, and that's because he's been mostly ineligible in college. It just hasn't played that much. He went in the 7th round, but I think that based on his talent level, if you look at his scouting profile and stuff, it screams that like he should have been like if he had played throughout his collegiate career, probably like a 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick. So he would have been in like the middle rounds with these other guys who were considered potential starters. Jacory Croskey-Merritt has been really impressive in training camp. There's been a lot of buzz about him. But the problem is, like, it's been so crowded there. It's like you have Brian Robinson Jr., you have Austin Eckler, you have a couple other guys here and there, but those are the main two. Now it sounds like Brian Robinson Jr. is not going to be on the 53-man roster, as Ben Standig said, and now as we see with these reports. So even if he's not traded, even if like no one wants him, I don't even know if he's going to make the team as a player, just because remember last year he started the year, but then he got benched eventually at the end of the year. You had Austin Eckler getting a few more touches here and there. Jeremy McNichols was seeing touches over him in some games. So it doesn't sound like this new coaching staff that they have under Dan Quinn starting last year is a big fan of Brian Robinson Jr., specifically Cliff Kingsbury. Now, I know Kingsbury said a couple of days ago that kind of threw cold water on the rumor that Brian Robinson Jr. may not be on the team. He said, "Oh, he's great for us, etc." And I'm like, and I actually said this on the Fantasy Football Counselor show when Joe brought it up, and I'm like, well, if you're trying to trade a guy, you're not going to be like, "Oh, he stinks," You're gonna be like, "Oh, he's great. We want him on the team." So it really sounds like they're going to trade him. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And as Ben Stanek reported, I don't think he's going to be on the team. So we have Jacory Croskey-Merritt here, who, like I said, is a very talented running back. I think the only flaw in his game is that, the primary flaw, I would say, is that he just never has shown an ability to be a receiver out of the backfield. But really, like, I wouldn't expect him to do that. Like, there aren't a lot of rookie running backs who see action on third downs. Like, you have like RG Harvey, for example. Like, he's not going to play on third downs. Caleb Johnson's not going to play on third downs. Ashton Genty may not play third downs. He may here and there, but Raheem Mostert sounds like he may play third downs instead. The only running back who's rookie is really going to see third down actions in Travion Henderson, just because he's so good in pass protection. But Jacory Croskey-Merritt, he's not going to play third downs. They have Austin Eckler for that anyway. So Eckler's going to keep his role. Don't think of this report as Austin Eckler to the moon. Like, no, his days are done. His role is going to be about the same. I think maybe like a 5 to 10% increase in touches or so, but it's not going to be substantial. I wouldn't own him in fantasy unless you're like in a super deep league or something like that. There's really no reason to own him because there's no upside. But Jacory Croskey-Merritt definitely has upside. Like I said, a talented player. He's going to be running behind a really good offensive line that got upgraded with Larry Tunsil. And remember, if you just look at the Washington running back stats from last year, those weren't without Tunsil. Like now that Washington has Tunsil, one of the best left tackles in the NFL. So they're going to be able to move the ball on the ground much better than they did last year. So Jacory Croskey-Merritt is definitely going to benefit from that. I suspect that he's going to really pay off his ADP right now, which is like around round 15. As you guys know, I do a lot of best ball drafts. I've been trying to draft him round 14 or round 15 every single chance I get, just because his ADP is going to skyrocket soon. Once people are like caught on to this, or once the official move is made, like Croskey-Merritt's ADP is going to skyrocket to maybe like round 9 or round 10, or maybe even higher. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes like round 8 or round 7. So just keep that in mind. If you're drafting like this week or this weekend and the trade hasn't happened yet, just try to get Jacory Croskey-Merritt on your team. I think he's definitely going to pay off his double-digit round ADP. And the most recent fantasy draft I just did, like I said, I've been trying to get him around 14. Someone took him at 12:05. So that person is he got caught. He got the message that Jacory Croskey-Merritt might be going to the moon here. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that. Make sure you get him on your team, as well as some of the other sleepers. I'm going to do a new video on sleepers, my top 5 or 10 sleepers for the 2025 NFL season soon. So look for that this week, and look for other videos as well from Mike and myself. So we'll be posting those, and of course the live streams. Come and join us. We do mock drafts every night whenever there's not a preseason game. So all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of free content.